How's everybody feeling? Excellent. I'll tell you what. I've been waiting on this day for a month. I don't know about you guys, but I've been waiting on this day for a month. I'm excited. I am always happy to come up and share my passion with everybody, even the people who are not my clients at this point. But hopefully by the time I'm done, we'll change that, right? All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk to you about nutrition for health. Supplementation for healthy realization. Okay? I love that word realization because that means to make something real. Okay? We have to make real the fact that we do not get through life without being healthy. Okay? Not in a quality way. Now, you can either get through life being energetic, happy, having fun, or you can be somewhere sick, going to the doctor and getting medication all the time. Which do you choose? Huh? The first or the second? All right. All right. That's what we want. All right. So, talking about who I am. Now, I am known as Damon. Amen. Amen is actually my chosen last name. It means hidden one. That means there's something inside me. Everybody just thinks it's just the me that you see. But there's something inside me that actually loves everybody that I see, and I see everybody that I love. Okay? I come from a very divine and passionate standpoint. Okay? I have a purpose, just like everybody here in this lifetime. My purpose is in some way, all of our purpose, whether we know it or not, is to help move mankind forward in some way. Okay? That's when we're living out our purpose. The way I'm doing it is by showing you how to stay healthy. Okay? So that you can also continue your purpose and affecting other people. We do not get out of this thing without affecting other people. Even if you sit in the room all day, you're having an effect on somebody. I guarantee. All right? So, I am a certified nutritional counselor, certified master level personal trainer, and also exercise physiologist. Okay? I am not a professional bodybuilder. I am not an athlete. I am not a world-renowned scientist, nor am I a best-selling author. I'm only saying that to let you know that I'm average just like you. Okay? There's nothing any different. The only thing that makes me different is I've taken the time to go and learn about what keeps me healthy. Because I'm interested in living healthy and happy every single day. Okay? As long as I can. Okay? I'm almost 40 years old and I haven't done too bad. You know? Almost 40. I'll be 40 this year. I'm hoping to look as good as Hector when July comes around. So the thing is that what I've achieved in life, I want to let you know that you can achieve it too. It's all about the choices we make, right? Right. All right, all right. So, now, let's get into the key messages. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to explain to you why supplementation is so important. And by the time I'm done with you, I'm going to let you know why these supplements are so important. Okay? So, we all have a philosophy in our profession. There are certain things that we connect with. Every nutritionist connects with something different. Right. Mine is all about bringing balance to the human body. Okay? Everything in the universe is all about balance, homeostasis. Okay? There's always, some people who just exercise, and there's some people who just eat right. That's not balance. You have to bring them both together. All right? So, some of my key messages, how perfect your body is and what makes it imperfect. The declining quality of healthy foods. Somebody should be question marks above people's head at this point. And also, supplementing is necessary. I'll share with you that as well. All right? Slide. All right. The incredible human body. Okay, everybody should be able to relate to this. Everybody has a human body, right? Right. All right. All right. So let me let you know how incredible it is. This image here actually, this is the heart's magnetic field. This is an actual measured field that comes from your body. And if you look at the magnetic field of the Earth, of this planet, it looks just the same. So we're connected to it, and we're connected to everyone that's around you. So we have a responsibility for everybody that comes around us. Okay? How we affect them is how we act. Okay? Now, imagine you were born with something that you can make it do anything that you train it to do. It becomes whatever you want it to do. Basically, it's going to end up responding to your life. Okay? It's going to end up responding to how you live your lifestyle. This thing is called your body, basically. Your level of health. So if you're living in a way to where you are faced with chronic illness and disease all the time, I want you to think about how much of a part you played in that. Some people like to chalk it all up to being, oh, it's genetics. It's not genetics. It's not something that's natural. Okay? Heart disease is not natural. Diabetes is not natural. Strokes are not natural. Okay? You guys got to understand this. This is not the way that humans actually are born to live. We're not born to face these things. Yes, life is infinite. Okay? I mean, it's finite, but we can live a long time. There's been a lot of people who, in fact, I know a guy who in history lived 200 years. So this is why I say, unless you're 98, you can't even begin to say you're old. Okay? I'm serious. Even at that point, I've seen some 98-year-olds that can outdo anybody in this room. Okay? It's all about how you live your life. Right? All right. Next slide. Now, so basically what a perfect body is, does everybody understand the word perfect? Does anybody have a problem with saying you're perfect? Anybody else? Look at the person next to you and say, I'm perfect.
I'm perfect. I'm perfect.
Now give him a high five and say, I know you are.
I know you are.
That's it. There is nothing wrong. I can tell you something. All right, let me get you back now. All right. So now, let me tell you something. There's never been a phrase that irks me more when someone says nobody's perfect. I can't stand that phrase because I beg to differ. If nobody's perfect and nothing can ever be perfect, then why are we born? We are actually born perfect. We spend a lot of time making it imperfect. That's what happens. Right? So, basically, what's what a perfect body is biologically and physically functional. Okay? Biologically means the things that are happening inside the body. It's got to be happening in the right way to be perfect. Okay? And physically, so biologically, we have to have we have to effectively digest food. Okay? Otherwise, what's the point of eating? Okay? Eating food that's only part of it. But once we eat it, now it's still not inside of our body. It's only in the stomach. Okay? It can slip from the stomach on through the intestines and out the other end without giving any kind of nutritional value to our body at all. We don't want that. So we have to digest it. Okay? We actually have to digest to extract nutrients. So we have to be able to absorb nutrients as well. Okay? In order to heal and repair the body. Eliminate toxins. The body is already perfectly designed to do that. So it's true when you think about the integrity of your health. It says that do not say that our nutritional products heal disease, cure it. The body does it on its own. The products are just the tools for it to do it so, to help it do it. Okay? It's just tools. Now, let me ask you a question. Does hammers and saws and things like that, is that what build buildings? Does that build homes? No, it doesn't. The thing that builds homes are people. Those are just the tools that they use to build the homes. Okay? It's the same way when it comes to nutrition. When you get nutrition inside the body, those are the tools that allow the body to stay healthy. It stays healthy on its own. It needs the tools to do so. All right? And also, we're looking for healthy tissue and growth and bone growth. Okay? This is what signifies a perfect and healthy body. All right? Now, next slide. Now, physically functional, you're looking for a person that looks healthy. A person that's energetic and has great physical performance. That means you can do anything that your body requires you to do throughout your life, everyday life doings. Optimal amount of body fat, okay? We're not talking about something excessive, and we're not talking something that's insufficient, but we're talking about an optimal amount. And also healthy looking skin, bright eyes, a beautiful smile, and a healthy attitude. It's like Hector was saying earlier, you can tell the ones that are not healthy. You can tell the ones that are not eliminating. And I can tell you what, I grew up in the roughest part of Fort Worth, Texas. There was, we call them the projects. And there was something they gave away every month called government cheese. Y'all know about that? Yep. Government cheese, I can tell you what, you can tell everybody who had just had a grilled cheese sandwich, because they had an attitude. Oh, they were walking around, couldn't digest it, it wouldn't go nowhere, it's sitting right here. So they just grumpy at everybody, you know. So you can always tell, you can say, leave that cheese alone. And then, so that's the way we knew, okay? And of course, we were not getting healthy digestive enzymes and anything like that. All right, next slide. All right, so this is what I call the holy trinity of being healthy. This is how the body actually keeps everything in balance, okay? It takes nutrition, and even though this says training, but that's physical activity, which includes exercise, okay? And then there's regeneration or rest. These things have to be happening in a synergistic way in order to keep the body healthy, okay? Go ahead and pull that up. All right, so nutrition is a fuel for physical activity. For you people who are thinking that you can just go out and exercise all the time and it's going to keep you healthy, you've been misinformed. That cannot happen. You need, again, the tools to rebuild, because exercise itself is only the catabolic or the breakdown part of the body. It breaks it down. You need material to put all that stuff back. That's where nutrition comes in at. And that's also for material for repairing. And also, it strengthens the immune system. We can't do anything without a good immune system. A good immune system keeps us from being sick. It fights off illness and disease. So when your immune system is impaired, that's what you're in store for. Okay? And as far as physical activity, it's a catalyst for nutrient use. This is why you can't just eat well. You also have to exercise. All right, so we begin to put this picture together now, how they are all dependent on one another. It also excites the repair process. So the reason why we exercise, the reason why we get muscles like this, the reason why we get muscles like this, I'm not born with this. My genetics doesn't say, I have to work for this kind of stuff. Okay? Over and over. And without good nutrition, if I worked out all the time, it'll be flat. It still will be flat. I have to have something that actually puts that there. Okay? And also, it conditions and strengthens the body. And as far as rest goes, now if I say if any one of these were extremely important, not one is more important than the other, but I can tell you that rest is the one thing that people neglect. They think, I have to keep going because I have to be productive. I have to keep acting. And I have to do no. If you keep doing, your body's going to let you know. And it's going to shut you down immediately. Rest is important because this is when your body grows. You do not grow during exercise. As long as you're awake, certain toxins are stuck in the body. There's a toxic protein that's built up in the brain all day long from its everyday thinking. It can only be eliminated when you sleep. Now, what happens if it doesn't get eliminated? It leads to brain degenerative diseases. We have to, it's a natural process. It has to be there, but it also has to get eliminated. Just the same as we cannot breathe without carbon dioxide. Everybody's just thinking, well, we just need oxygen to breathe. Without carbon dioxide, there's no catalyst for inhaling. All right? There's no catalyst for it. All right? So, and also we talked about the expulsion of toxins, but also the restoration or restoring certain nutrients as in levels that we need. All right? Go ahead. Now, let's talk about the deadly impact of foods. The deadly impact of these bad foods that we consider, that we fall victim to. You know, there's a whole system set up to make you do it, but we're going to talk about that in a second. Go ahead and bring this beautiful picture up. You see this right here? All right. Everybody, if everybody can make a shopping list, it will probably include a lot of these products. We've fallen for it. We've been bamboozled. We've been hornswoggled. We've been run amok. Okay? So all these things happen. So we fell for the pizza, the highly processed meats. We fell for all the foods with all these preservatives and additives and everything like that. We're falling for it because it tastes good. Okay? All these additives actually heightens the taste, so they oversensitize our taste buds. And so when we go back to good stuff, it don't taste as good. Well, I can tell you that if you go through life pleasing the palate, you're going to be in trouble. This is exactly how they get you. I can tell you right now that there's no nutritional value here. No nutritional value at all. If you keep eating like this stuff, all the preservatives in here is definitely working against you in order to make you disease-ridden, to make you fall ill every single time. There's no nutritional value. If you're not putting nutrients in your body, you're not getting healthy. And either you're moving towards health or away from it. There is no sitting still. You don't just get to a point where you can sit still. You always have to be moving towards health. All right? Now, let me ask you a question. What are some reasons that some people may say, or maybe you thought of, that you cannot eat healthy? I've heard a lot of reasons. Can somebody throw something out at me real quick? Time. Expenses. What else? Doesn't taste good. Inconvenient.
Don't know what I eat.
Exactly. I've heard all those very excuses over and over and over. All right? Next slide. Now we have to eat with a purpose. Because the reason why we take in nutritional dense food is because we need nutrition to incorporate or to nurture health. We have to. You don't do it without it. So we turn to foods like fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, meat and fish, whole grains and nuts, and even dairy is considered to be a healthy food. Okay? We'll talk about that. Okay? All this is kind of suspect to me. At some point in our time here on earth, that was true. Okay? Completely. But we've kind of challenged in this area a little bit. I met a lady when I was a paramedic. I was a paramedic and firefighter in Houston, Texas. One day I got a call to this lady's house, and she had just a little bit of a dementia. That was about it. She was beautiful, big old, bright blue eyes, all her teeth, and this white hair. So while we were on the ambulance, I asked her, she said, well, do you know how old I am? I said, well, no. I said, well, don't ask me that because you're going to get me in trouble. She was like, well, no, go and take a guess. I said, all right. Just looking at the white hair, I'll give you about 65. She said, well, thank you. I'm actually 100 years old.
What?
I said, are you kidding? Now, this is in 2003. So I was like, well, I have to have your ID anyway, so let me see it. So she gave me her ID. She was actually born in 1903. When I say all her teeth, those were her teeth. No wrinkles. Just white hair and just beautiful as I don't know what. So I said, what's the secret? She said, well, I ate all my fruits and vegetables, and I was well into my 60s and still playing tennis at a competitive level. And she said, I just ate right. Now, I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, I didn't do any of that stuff, and we were always outside playing around. So she had this whole synergy going on, you know, keeping everything in balance. But that was back when we didn't have to separate organic from conventional foods. It all was good, okay? It was all good. She was born on the farm. She got it directly from the ground, and that's the way it should be, okay? Yeah. But unfortunately, this is the way it should be, but because of marketing, we've been challenged. Now, our fresh fruit is now grown in nutrient-deficient soil. The produce is only grown in soil that contains only 3 nutrients, when it takes over 52 to make them nutritionally dense. The 3 nutrients is what they call an NPK fertilizer. It's just nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. That's it. That's all it's grown in. And it's also sprayed with pesticides. And on top of that, it's genetically modified to resist the pesticides that it was sprayed with. Now, in that modification, once it gets inside your body no longer recognizes it as food. So it causes autoimmune responses. So now you're actually allergic to it. We've seen growing incidents of people being allergic to food, good food. Okay? And also, even the organic food, by the time the customer buys it, it's already 60% deficient in it's all 60% of its nutrient content. So because it takes weeks to get to you. By the time you get it, it's only about 40% of its nutrients left. I know. Shocking. All right. Next one, then I'll talk about the meat. The meat contains harmful metals like mercury and aluminum. Very, very bad for you. We're talking about things that's causing all kind of problems in our community that we don't recognize is going on. And also, the nuts and grains, the grains mostly come to us in the form of breads. And they're processed with additives and preservatives. Can anybody say this word right here?
Az-o-di-carbon-a-mide.
Okay. See how long it took you to say it? This particular ingredient is used in making plastics. It's produced right here in the U.S., so you get it fresh. And on top of that, it's banned in the UK. It's banned also in Europe and Australia. You know, that place where all those people look so good. It's actually banned there. And in the UK, if you're caught using this, you will have up to 15 years in prison and a $450,000 fine. That's mandatory. That should tell you something. But here in America, it's legal and it's in abundance. Every time you go out to Subway or somewhere like that and buy their bread, that's what's in it. Oh yeah, I know. But that's why I'm here. All right, next slide. Now we're talking about dairy. Everybody thinks, oh, dairy is such an innocent thing. We love ice cream. We got to have the butter, the milk, and all this kind of stuff. Well, it's so full of hormones. So full of hormones. Your body sees it as a pathogen. If you're talking about the #1 mucus-producing food there is, it's dairy. It's there, and that's no matter what form it's in. Dairy it's very bad for ladies. Very, very bad for ladies. Okay, I can tell you some stuff, but it might gross you out. So I'm going to spare you that. But just know it's bad for ladies. All right? You can even see mucus coming out of your stool, and you know you can feel it in your lungs a lot. Okay? So I do recommend if you have to do dairy, go organic. It's a little bit less toxic, but it's not extremely safe. All right, next one. So what do we do? Now that we just found out all of the food that we eat and we thought was healthy is not as healthy as we thought it was. You're not getting the nutrient value that you thought you were in the food. Okay? So we need to find a solution that allows us that gives us daily nutritional optional amounts. Okay, we have to have a certain amount of nutrients have to go inside of our bodies every single day in order to keep us healthy. As soon as we're not getting that, then we are moving towards non-health. Okay? Then it's got to be time efficient, something that's convenient because we're all busy. Let's just face it, that's American life, right? And also, it's got to be effective in making you healthy. And also, it's got to be health corrective. If you're facing anything right now, it's got to be able to allow your body to turn those things around. Okay? And then it's got to be delicious. We got to please the palate, right? All right, that's what's going on. So now, this is the way out now. This is a beautiful company. This is a beautiful company. I'm going to tell you real quick. I'm putting my notes down. I didn't have to look at them, thank goodness. Tell you something about this company. I had already been through several nutrition companies. You know, because I'm always looking for the best options for my clients. Okay, I'm a master level personal trainer. I can train anybody, get them in shape and things like that. But what I was finding out is that nutrition accounts for 80% of what you feel like and what you look like. So I'm looking for a system that's going to be convenient and simple for my clients. Because after I train them and we get done with that hour, they spend most of the time away from me. Then when I measure and weigh them every 2 weeks, I'm not seeing the results I want to see. And I know I done beat them up. I'm like, I got to beat you up again? You know, come on. So the only way that I found in order to for them to keep moving towards their results is to make sure that they're eating right. But they're having a hard time doing that because they don't know how to shop, they don't know how to eat, and then they fall into these emotional traps, and then life gets busy, then they're going to parties and drinking, they're doing all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, I need to find something that's going to allow my clients to still do some of that, but it's going to keep them right. So I actually was in this health store one day getting my alkaline water, and I saw this card laying on the counter, and I was already in limbo. I had just dumped my last nutrition company I was with a couple of years ago because they flaked out and they changed the product and it wasn't working no more. I can't stand that. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, something new. And I had already researched all the other ones. They just didn't stack up to what I wanted. So I saw this new card, and it had the name Michael Pascal on it. I was like, okay, who is this guy talking about this your health? And the name, it's not even spelled right. Like it's missing a letter, you know? So I thought like, okay, so it's got my attention. I want to see what it's about. So I called Michael, and he talked to me about it, and he was like, yeah, but you know, I got these great people that I can connect you with. They're very busy. So if I connect you with them, can you be available to talk with them? I'm like, sure. So I'm like, oh, this is a privilege already. So he connected me with Susie One and Chris, and they invited me out to their home. And yeah, right away, I'm just at the top already. I'm floating on cloud 9. So I go out to their home, and I talk with them, and just to find out everything about this, I had done some research prior to me getting there. And one thing that really, really, really inspired me was the fact that the main thing that they had in all their products, what was consistent, was the digestive enzymes. Based on my research concerning digestive enzymes, it is the single most important nutrient out there. And this is why. You guys know when natural disasters happen, every time something breaks down in a big, massive scale, who comes to the rescue? FEMA, right? We're supposed to anyway. I'm just saying, in the perfect world, right? So what happens is FEMA comes and fluffs everybody back up, help them rebuild, and make sure everybody's comfortable and things like that. The enzymes are like the FEMA of the body. That's exactly what happens. Every time cells gets bombarded with oxidation and it gets worn out and starts to look all wrinkly, well, the enzymes joins with antioxidants and come and flush the cells back up and cleans them off. It keeps them running efficiently and healthy. And when it cleans it off, now they can absorb more nutrients to work efficiently. Everything that happens inside the cell, you got about 7 trillion of them that's making you up right now. Okay? 7 trillion cells. So the thing about it is, once these cells begin to, well, let's just say when they're bombarded with all this activity and nothing's fluffing them up, what's going to happen is you're going to end up looking old a lot faster, so you're aging a lot faster. And then the nutrient absorption is going to be poor. Well, that's where the energy is produced, in the mitochondria of the cell. If you don't have energy there, you don't have energy. All the coffee in the world is not going to help you. Okay? So the thing about it is now we're fluffed all up, and these enzymes come in, and they help you actually feel a lot better, allow your body to work more efficiently and effectively, and that's what keeps you healthy. So enzymes are extremely important. So I was very impressed with that. And go ahead. So this company is backed by 30 years of research. Okay, 30 years of research have led to a patented nutritional delivery system. Okay, that's important. When we talk about nutritional delivery systems, we're talking about once it gets inside, once you chew it up, gets inside the belly, now it's going to be delivered to the body, okay, effectively. It's going to clean off the cells, clean off the digestive tract so the nutrients can be absorbed through the walls like it should be, okay? High quality nutrients. Nothing punkish about this, okay? High quality. They're not cutting any corners, not sparing no expense on the quality of these. That's why you people feel so good when you're on the product. And also, all the way down to the cells, cellular nutrition, okay? That's where it all counts. And it allows the maximum absorption of nutrients, supports healthy elimination of toxins, like we should, and it's the most complete system of digestive enzymes. That's step 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you haven't gotten it, I'll tell you need to get it. Okay, we have to have that. Also, high-quality antioxidants, and it's clinically proven to allow you to extract the maximum amount of nutrients from your food that you eat. So all that nutrient-depleted food that we talked about, well, if you keep eating that and add these with it, it's going to boost up the nutrient content of your food every single day. All right? So now, again, at Your Health, we do share happiness. Okay? Now, one thing I love about these products, there is no hype like the GNC. It's not commercialized. That's why we have these beautiful people going and spreading the good word. So we are making sure that the hype don't overwhelm science. Okay? The science is behind this product is what's important. Okay? So make sure that you understand the important role that nutrients play in your daily life. Understand that you are not getting it just by going to a store and just by even going organic, that you need the supplements in order to boost the nutrient content and stay healthy. All right? Well, thank you so much.
Yes.
Uja Sanel, that is life, prosperity, and health. Talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much.